100 Things to Do in the Quad Cities Before You Die. Local 4's Jonathan Turner joins me right here on the couch to tell me all about this book. Jonathan, thanks for joining me on the couch. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, Jonathan, can you tell me about this book? What is it about?
So it's a new travel guide, brand new book, all about the Quad Cities. It lists 100 main things that you can do and see in the Quad Cities area. It's listed by different categories like food and drink, arts and entertainment, culture, history, sports, recreation, shopping. Tries to cover it all.
This is the perfect book for someone new to the area or someone who's been living in the area for a very long time, you think?
Right, so things have changed obviously over the past year, 10 years, so even if you've lived here a long time, there have been a lot of new developments, businesses, restaurants, theaters. There's so much happening in the area, so it's meant both for people who live outside and inside the Quad Cities.
I love it. Well, who's the book's publisher?
It's St. Louis-based Reedy Press. They specialize in these travel books. It's a series across the country where they've done 100 things to do in your city or state, and they've got about 100 plus books altogether across the country. It's kind of a formula they stick with, and I was honored to be chosen for the Quad Cities.
Oh, congratulations on that. Well, how did this project come about for you?
Right, so the Visitors Bureau, Visit Quad Cities, which is an amazing organization that publicizes and promotes the Quad Cities, recommended me about a year ago to the publisher, Reedy Press, and so then the publisher kind of contracted with me to do the book. They kind of set out all the guidelines. They gave me the format that they worked with, and I kind of went from there and filled out all the information they needed.
Well, in this book you feature a lot of things. How did you choose what to feature in this book?
That was really difficult. I mean, because I worked with Visit Quad Cities first just to narrow down the list, because when you think of those 5 categories and you only have 100 total, you've got to really narrow it down and limit it to 100 things altogether. So that was really difficult, and we agreed on a list, and then I kind of was able to add related items to the book, where if you talk about a Mexican restaurant or a coffee shop, I was able to add other Mexican restaurants and coffee shops to check out. So it's really like more than 100 altogether.
Well, how can people get this book?
So it's available online. You can mainly go through the publisher is reedypress.com. Search for 100 Things to Do in the Quad Cities. I started a Facebook page for the book. It's just facebook.com/100thingsqc, and people can buy them from me directly as well, but any place, Amazon, any major retailer will have the book.
Love it. Well, congratulations again on this book, Jonathan. I'm so happy for you.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And you can find out more about 100 Things to Do in the Quad Cities Before You Die by heading over to our website, ourquadcities.com.